hypothetically speaking, let's say you are a VC, and there's a new e-commerce company, let's call it XT or Snapdeal. So it comes to how would you evaluate an e-commerce company? What are the key parameters, metrics that you would look at?
Yeah. So of course my viewpoint is quite biased, right? I also don't think that even in verticals, inventory-led e-commerce companies can exist and be very large profitable businesses, also because there are almost no examples. I doubt there is an opportunity left right now to build a large horizontal player in India, given the amount of capital that's already gone in, given the amount of scale and understanding that some of these companies have about running their businesses. I think if a new e-commerce, I would ask a different question. I would say the opportunity that lies in e-commerce is around reducing the friction out of e-commerce in India. Right? And I think there are great opportunities there around, can you do something for sellers, for them to be able to sell online across multiple platforms? Can you do something for buyers around payments so that they have more trust in buying online? Can you do some things around logistics so that you make it more seamless? Like we create this platform, SafeShip, which essentially works as a courier marketplace. That has worked really well for us. So I think it's more about the opportunities lie in e-commerce enablement now, and not necessarily in starting an e-commerce company. So I think that's the opportunity.
Interesting. So what's next big what for Snapdeal?
Yeah. So I think our goal is very, very simple. We want to continue to build the #1 marketplace in India, provide a platform that connects the supply and demand, and essentially recreate the success that Alibaba has created in China. Because I do believe that that's the right business model for e-commerce, probably globally, not only in China, not only in India.
So if you look at, say, Tank, I mean, they kind of tanked after they moved to, from inventory to marketplace, right? So
actually they did not. I mean, if you look at, they are actually up, their stock is up massively over the last 12 months. So how much of it is macro and how much of it is micro, no one knows. And also, I think maybe there was an error in judgment in going public too early, but I'm no expert on the Chinese market. I think the same thing I'm seeing here also in India, right? Companies are raising a lot of money so that they can go public very quickly and make grand statements about growth and etc., etc. We think very differently as a company. We want to build the best platform that creates life-changing experiences for sellers and provide great aspirations, meeting of aspirations or access to aspirations of buyers. And if we keep solving that real problem, not only will we grow massively and in a manner which is divergent with our cost structure, we will also hence create significant amount of profits over a period of time. So I honestly do think that we probably have the best chance in the market currently to build a large and profitable e-commerce company, the fastest in India.
So you guys have grown fairly well over the last year. I mean, when you spoke earlier, right? So from there to this fair bit of growth. So what are some of the key decisions you think really helped you reach this point, and some of those decisions which you probably go back and say, oh shit, I shouldn't have taken that.
I think we could write a book about the 1001 mistakes we made in the last 3.5 years since we started Snapdeal. And I think a large chunk of those were made in the last 2 years since our products business happened, because we were learning as we were building. The biggest thing that has worked for us, for me and Rohit, we've always thought of Snapdeal in a manner, and any decision we take at Snapdeal in a manner that we have to optimize on the certainty of success of Snapdeal, come what may. We need to have conviction in our decision, in our path, in our trajectory, in our strategy. But there has to be acute amount of objectivity when it comes to taking tough decisions in a direction that optimize the chances of success for Snapdeal. That has always kept us very honest intellectually. So we don't get carried away by herd, trend, etc. Because when we decided to really evolve our business into doing products, we had an opportunity to do what everyone else was doing, which was an inventory business.
Right.
And we said we will take the contrarian path and build out a marketplace. And that clearly worked out, as we can see now. Everyone wants to do that. But it was not easy, right? The untold stories are always always internal.
Yeah.
Where externally you'll often talk about while you're going through that phase, things are great, things are fantastic, but internally there is always this emotional tussle that you're dealing with. Many times while we were in that phase, I had senior team members come to me and say, Kunal, I would not mention this in front of a lot of people, but are you sure we are doing the right thing? And it's moments like those that send a chill down your spine, because deep down within, you don't know the right answer either.
Right.
And it's in those moments where you have to muster up the courage and confidently tell your team, yes, we are on the right path. Because what is your option otherwise? Saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because as it is, there is a lot of uncertainty. But, we believed always, given just the very basic logic, that if you want to provide certainty of availability at best prices to consumers, an inventory-led model will never be able to provide it. Even a inventory cum marketplace model will never be able to provide it because of the inherent conflict in those businesses.
Right.
And only a pure marketplace could do it, and no one else had done it. So we knew we were chartering, earlier, otherwise uncharted territory. But we felt that is what was going to create maximum certainty of success for Snapdeal. And along the way, there are many things we've had to learn as a company, right? We didn't know how to necessarily do logistics without starting your own delivery company, which is what again, that was something everyone else had done. We said we will not do that. We said we will do the same thing that has worked for us on the consumer facing part of the marketplace with courier companies, where we will build a marketplace for courier companies. And that's what we did with SafeShip.
Right.
And now we are the largest e-commerce customer of all the logistics companies in India. Because we don't do self-delivery, all our packets go to these courier companies.
Yeah.
As a result, they are willing to make deep investments in this relationship and offer great prices for fulfillment to our sellers. So, but no one came and told us, do this, and you'll solve the problem.
Right.
I think a lot of it is iterative, data-driven, and comfort with near-term uncertainty, which as a company, given our history of continuously making changes and evolving from coupon book days to today, I think over a period of time there's significant amount of organizational comfort that come what may, whatever change we need to make, we will make it as long as we can make the company successful.